Here we go. SWN Live coverage of the 2023 PRI show continues, and we have managed to round up a couple of fine folks from the straight line world because we love it all here at Steering Wheel Nation. All kinds of motorsports. We've got Buddy Hull to the right and Jon Dunn to the left, and Jim Dunn Racing is the team that now Buddy Hull has just been signed to race for in 2024. And in doing that, Buddy, it takes you from basically the top fuel world where you've lived in the past to a funny car back to the front engines that you started in. And I want to basically suggest that this may be the drag racing equivalent of hitting the lottery for you.
It is. It's a blessing and honor to drive for Jim Dunn Racing and get back to my roots. I started in a front engine car with a fuel altered, and it's what I truly love. Taming that beast and getting that thing down the racetrack is something I'm really looking forward to. And when Jon and I started talking, it just made sense right away. We have a very, very similar, pretty much an identical mindset towards drag racing and our partners, and along with how we operate as a team. So us to be together in the same pit area makes a lot more sense than us being in separate pit areas with separate race cars. So it's a blessing and honor to drive for Jim Dunn, and we're really looking forward to the season.
Talk a little bit about your background, buddy.
Yeah, so I'm a third-generation drag racer. My family started in the 1950s in the Midwest, and it's something that I love. I can't imagine doing anything else. And to be able to get as far as I've gotten, to be able to drive for a legend like Jim Dunn and race a full season NHRA, for me is a dream come true. And once again, I'm honored and privileged to be able to do so.
Okay, so Jon, what is your role in this? You're a co-owner, and I had thought that maybe crew chief was one of your hats, and then you told me, well, we wear many around our shop.
We do. It's a family operation. I got my mom, my dad, my daughter. My brother drives the truck.
I love it. That's great. We love that.
Together. We sit around the dinner table, and it doesn't matter what holiday it is. It's always about drag racing.
That's awesome.
Very honored, and it's a privilege to have Buddy Hull as our driver for next year. He's a class act. We know he's more than capable of driving the car, and we're just looking for a great season next year, and we can't wait to get started.
What was the genesis, Jon, of the pairing of the two?
The pairing of the team, what Buddy does and what he's done on track, off track, the synergy there, what we're looking for in a driver, and actually as a spokesman for all of our sponsors and for our team, we couldn't think of a better choice.
Okay, so Buddy, talk a little bit about what the transition's going to be like for you, because yesterday we had another bombshell announcement that Tony Stewart, after saying, I don't think I really want to go to Top Fuel, is now going to Top Fuel because, well, it seems like his wife said so. That's kind of how that, somebody asked me yesterday. Yeah, it is great for the sport. It's an interesting form of yes, dear, that happened yesterday, and I tease because that is a big announcement. But what he's going to go through a transition similar to, but not exactly like yours. What is your transition going to be like to the funny cars from what you've been racing?
Sure. We plan to make some runs here in the off season, cross my license over. But muscle memory. So I've driven funny car before, a few alters before, and just getting the muscle memory back and getting the feeling back in the car is what really I'm excited to do it. I'm eager to do it. It's where I want to be. And I've always believed if someone wants to do something and they have the skills and they've had the experience in the past, they're going to be great at it. So we're very eager to get in the car, get comfortable in the car, if you will, make some runs, and be ready for Gainesville.
I feel like NHRA is poised with the addition of Mission Foods now as the title and presenting sponsor, is poised for a bit of a resurgence and going into 24, so the timing certainly seems good. Talk a little bit about that. I'm going to ask each of you to comment on that from your respective points of view within the team, but you first, Buddy, as a driver.
Yeah, Mission's great. One thing I noticed about Mission Foods right away is their involvement. And, I'm also a business owner, so I can deeply respect the fact that Mission was out there as an associate sponsor doing activations, talking to fans, setting up booths, doing raffles, giving away potato chips, and getting people involved. And I can deeply appreciate that. That's something that I believe Mission will continue to do and elevate that. So, which is great for our sport. I mean, our sport is powered by our fans, right? So the better experience our fans have at the track, the more interaction they have at the track, the more fans we can bring, right? People don't just come one time. You know, we need them to come every single time. And so Mission, I believe, is going to do an incredible job at that. And we need their support, right? Let's be real. It takes money to operate this, right?
Yes,
it's a big
for sure.
circus. We travel the whole country and we put it up, we tear it down, just like a circus. That takes funding. And Mission is beyond dedicated to making sure that we have the correct funding to operate NHRA at the highest level. So thank you, Mission Foods. We appreciate you coming on board with NHRA, and we're looking forward to putting your sticker on that funny car this year.
John, talk about that from your point of view as a co-owner, and also maybe talk about the relationship to the fans, because the one thing I think so many people appreciate about the NHRA, when you buy a ticket, you've got basically a pit pass. It's an all-access pass, which is somewhat unique to the NHRA, at least amongst the American racing divisions. Talk a little bit about that.
Absolutely. First of all, yeah, definitely a big thanks out to Mission Foods. The diversity of their brand, the diversity of the NHRA goes hand in hand. What you get in the NHRA is outside of any other type of motorsport. You come in through the gates, you're in the pit area, you see what happens, there's an interaction, displays are out there, there's a midway that you can go to, the stands are full, the noise is just amazing, the ground shakes, you can't beat it, and we're very happy. Again, Mission Foods, thanks for that.
Okay, so I know that it takes a village to raise a race team, empower that race team. I'll open it up to either of you. You must have sponsors, partners. Let's get them all mentioned here.
Yeah, John, go ahead.
You know what? We're going to make some announcements here real soon.
Okay.
We got some great sponsors that have been with us for a long time. We also have some new ones coming in. I'd like to reserve that for a later time.
That's fine.
I wanted to give all equal billings.
Okay, so tell race fans then, buddy, where can they follow you and the team going forward for 2024?
JimDunnRacing.com, Jim Dunn Racing on Instagram and Facebook, and Buddy Hull on Instagram and Facebook as well. That's where you're going to find us. Please follow us. Like our post, make comments, but only friendly ones, because the only ones we like. And we'll be sure to comment back. I like your post, and we love engaging with our fans. So, Big Jim Dunn's excited for this year, and you better believe I'm excited to drive for Legend. He's such a great guy, and it's going to be a great 2024, and we're sure excited.
Buddy Hull and Jon Dunn, big announcement just today, actually, that the two are teaming up, Jim Dunn Racing, for a funny car effort, the NHRA, in 2024. Make sure you follow them and become a fan. And that'll conclude our SWN live coverage for the morning here at PRI. We'll have more throughout the rest of the day and the weekend.
Thank you.